this is around justice for all.
Yes, Ian, today is the first day of July, 2017.
Yes.
There's so many issues around.
Plenty.
We know at the national grade 6 assessment, they say there's an improvement in the maths passes among the improved results that are taking place. Of course, School of the Nations girl topped the country. Then you have Oscar Clark retires from the PNC as General Secretary.
Why?
Well, he's probably near 80 now.
78. 78, yes.
Yeah. And Ali is the new General Secretary of PNC. But he had come on with tremendous criticism too with that parking meter thing too. He visited Mexico among others.
He was one of the Fantastic Four.
Now, what is happening? I think there's some progress with rice. We understand that.
What's the progress with rice?
Well, Guyana and Cuba are strengthening their relations, their economic ties. And so rice exports will be going to Cuba. There's a guy named Nand Prasad. Nand Prasad, the company, he's from Berbice. And he is leading the way with shipments of consignments of rice to Havana, Cuba.
Okay. So what happened to Moses' son-in-law?
To who?
Moses' son-in-law.
Oh, well, I think he's Moses' son-in-law is probably involved in the paddy story. The first paddy shipment to Mexico is really going out. So he's probably involved. Probably he's a middleman getting some raise from that, So, but besides that, you have, there was this Stavrik News sensational headlines about Minister Brooms paying a rental of, paying
Two he could pay his rent.
Two.
Two who he paying his rent.
Two ministers.
Two.
But I think it is a former guy, a guy who was in the PNC reform.
Yes.
What I can't recall his name right now, but I think he was the landlord in the case of Brooms.
Peter Ramsey.
Peter Ramsey.
Yes.
Amazing it is. He's now allied with Jagdeo.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but what is happening? Records show, according to an informed source, that a junior minister under Jagdeo rented on the East Bank for $800,000 a month.
What?
Yeah, $800,000 a month. So it is not new, right? That is even higher than the 500,000, right? So, and I think Deodat Sharma, the Auditor General, he brought the attention of, he wrote about it, that there was a minister paying a rental of $800,000.
How you know that?
Well, this is Deodat Sharma.
Okay.
He's the Auditor General.
That's right.
Now, senior citizens are going to be getting their money from July the 3rd, because Monday is a holiday, right? So they will get their payments for senior citizens will commence on that day.
Okay.
Now, UG again is in the news. The man at UG, the vice chancellor, says he's heard all these criticisms and he's not, he feels he's done the right thing. But some people are saying that he didn't carry out a proper, he didn't have a search committee. He personally selected these top people, and some management experts are saying that there's an overlapping of functions, overlapping of functions among these top officials at UG. But it's up to the public to say what they have to say on this, right? They say it's too top heavy, and there's some overlapping. But what they're saying is that he himself, he seems to also forge a friendship alliance with Jerry Maguire, where a lot of functions are being held there. That's what they're saying. That I think there's some function to be held at the place in Duke Lodge.
Oh, Duke Lodge, that's right.
Yes. And now VAT collection has gone down. And people are asking why, but there's some establishments don't give you a receipt unless you ask for it.
That's right.
And I think the Chinese are among them. Many of the Chinese businesses, when all these people from Cuba come to buy, they don't get receipts. So it's.
So what are you waiting on to do about that? What are you doing about
well, they'll have to go themselves, and when they see what is happening, they'll know what to do, right? The people from the revenue office, the GRA, they'll go like they're buying too, and when the people don't give them the receipt, they'll know what to do. You know?
Okay. Leon, go ahead. Go what he has got to say.
Yes, but I think the Asians, people are complaining that the Asians were not treated properly, but what they did laterally was to give an extension of the visa of 15. But what I'm saying, initially, the Haitians were not treated as other immigrants, people, and they had legitimate visas and everything else. Their hotel stay they were paid for that and that, but they were not treated well. So, but they tried to recompense for it by extending the visas.
Leon?
Well, put it this way.
What you going to say?
This is the CARICOM weekend. Today's CARICOM Day. It's being
yes.
celebrated as a holiday on Monday.
Okay.
Happy CARICOM Day
Yes.
to all. It's also, today is the day of the World International Co-ops Day.
That's right.
And this is the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. We got to take co-ops more seriously.
Yeah.
Co-ops are one vehicle to move this country forward developmentally, and we got to be more focused on making sure the cooperative sector is firm.
What activities they have this week?
I really don't know what activities are
okay.
there, but the mere fact that it's cooperative day, we got to focus on the fact that we need to come together much more. More than that. You said about CARICOM, the Haitians. The good thing about that is that as President Granger demits chairmanship after 6 months, I think he can still take some responsibility for the Haitian situation, because in a sense, I think it had to come through his office to give an ease to the Haitians. Here was my brother's keeper.
That's right.
We're CARICOM. We've been around for a while, and Guyana is the headquarters of CARICOM. We got to show leadership, and I think it's some aspect of leadership, but some people have to bring some pressure on. Joan Cambridge, big up. Mark Jacobs, big up. Charlene Nadir, Lena Free. They are the advocates, Red Thread, for the Haitians' redemption. And the Red Thread is calling for some donations so we can make the Haitians more comfortable.
Yeah, they're keeping 3 of them. Yeah.
We need more immigrants or migrants into this country, because 750,000 people can't develop this country, and we got the oil coming. Talking about that, I passed Parliament buildings this morning on the side by where? They're cutting down the trees around Parliament building on the southern side.
Not trimming, cutting.
Probably they got toward to trim it. I understand some ignorant people are up, and they're taking cutlass and cutting down the trees at the back of Parliament buildings, and if it's not looking bare, and we're talking about having a green state, something is wrong, and I think somebody better call fast and tell them don't cut anymore because it's looking terrible at the back of Parliament buildings. Now, talking about that, the GRDB, Guyana Rice Development Board accountant in Canada, the thing about Canada, I live in Canada for 25 years. They got laws and things, and they got certain protection and rights.
Exactly.
You can't just send from Mano to Canada and say, come home, we want you. You got to go through a process in Canada to extradite a man.
Exactly.
So the accountant got a smart lawyer.
But they said he's not
Guyana.
an accountant. Because lawyer saying he was not an accountant. He was just a clerk.
Well, it looks like he was a good con man. Right? Anyway, they can't get you out to Canada right away. You got to go through a process.
Ram something.
Who's the man? Daram, I can't remember his name, but is the accountant who flees GRDB.
Naram Singh.
No.
Okay.
Now the other thing is they're trying to get Ashley and Winston. Brassington. But instead of making them come.
No, they're trying to talk to them. Nobody they want to talk to them. They can't vote.
Hetmeyer and somebody went to Sidney James from Soku went to talk to them. They got to bring these cats back and talk to them here. I find it foolish you sending Hetmeyer and James to Florida to talk to these guys.
It costs a lot of money.
Yeah, I think them two guys saw in themselves a trip to Florida. And when they reach Brazzington, and actually don't get them a small piece and then come back and cool out.
And they forget.
See the eye. Anyway.
Don't say that.
Valmiki.
Yes.
And the NFMU get some equipment to go around and see who's jamming your signal. I hope they find who's jamming your signal.
That's right.
Because I saw Cathy Hughes, the Minister of Public Telecommunications, and Valmiki inspecting some nice equipment. They got to go beyond that. The National Board Broadcasting Authority has got to get up off their sit-up-puns and do 2 things. Take back the unlawfully given licensing that Jack Joe gave to friends and relatives.
How do you do it?
They gotta do it. They just gotta sign a paper. And Leslie Sobers has got the power to do that. And they've got to give you what is your rightful due.
My rightful station, Channel 12.
Of course.
Yes.
Now, right now, we're there at the turning point. 6 months of the year have gone, and 6 months to go. Personally, if you ask me how we're doing right now, the ship is stable. People complaining, but these people love to complain. And while they complain, they're spending good money, you know, because if anything goes, and as Admiral Bailey said, old time things come back again. So here what's happening. Guyanese love to complain, but they're suffering. The money drop, but the money gonna build up again. The point is, we gotta stay vigilant. And the vigilance is what will make sure we eat a good food. Otherwise, the oil that is supposed to come will not benefit us if we don't stay vigilant. And right now, it's more than the oil. I think we got to look at the green state, and the fact is, we can't depend on oil even though oil don't spoil. We got to depend on the agricultural
So what
base.
What your position with the rice situation?
Rice, I see they say the farmers are scaling back in Vietnam and somewhere in the Essequibo. But I think we got to consolidate on the rice industry. Because whether we like it or not, the rice industry will bring a lot of foreign exchange to us. There are people in Africa need rice. There are people in India need rice.
New markets right here in Latin America.
Saudi Arabia need rice. People need rice all around the world. Our foreign service people have got to be more diligent in going after the rice market, in going after the sugar market, in going after markets that can benefit this country.
So what is the position when Nago to Sadila?
Well, I don't know him personally, and I think that regardless whether he is a son-in-law or not, if there are people who could help this country to get markets for our produce, so be it. People might say it's nepotism and so on, but the bottom line is results. Wesley Courtney is a good man, my brethren, and I see he's trying to find some buyers for Skeldon Sugar Estate. You know, there are people out there who are carpetbagging and who are doing frontline duties for Guyana in terms of the economic sphere. I see nothing wrong with that. What I see that is needed right now is Guyanese to get more focused, stop complaining, and realize that if we don't focus, people are going to come in this country and eat our food.
But the gold board, there's a complaint there because there's a proposed hike in the processing fee for miners, where they want to increase the processing fee from 1,000 to 4,000. And the Guyana Gold and Diamond Miners Association is saying that is too much because there are lots of small miners. I mean, the large miners can afford that, you know. But, you know, there's so many taxes, and gold is bringing in a lot of revenue right now. Look at what's happening. There's a fall. GRA is getting less from the tax, right?
And more from the arrears. So it shows how many people have not been paying their rightful due on taxes. You know, the GRA is doing a good job right now. Stacia is a man on top of his game. He's a real hunter dog. He's going after the money. But the thing is, there are some people who are still not paying their rightful share of taxes in this country, and they got money that they could afford to pay. Some rich people. Brother, when you understand that there's a network in this country, a cabal that runs this country, and even our politicians can't penetrate this cabal, a cartel.
What do you think about the oil situation? What do you think about that?
We got to keep a serious tab on what's going on with this oil thing, because
Exxon has a scandal on it.
Personally, I feel that we don't have enough experts on our side who can be vigilant about the oil situation. We got to depend on what Exxon tells us that's going to go down.
But we're at the disadvantage with Exxon.
And the thing is, Exxon has got the clout and the kind of money that can make Guyana become a subservient state to America's interest. And we got to look out for our sovereignty because we can get bought out by people like Exxon who got some deep pockets. So we got to let our Guyanese know that our sovereignty is not for sale. And not because we want Exxon money or we want gold money, we gon' bow and bend over. That is why, as CARICOM, we've got to stay strong as a regional grouping. Otherwise, they'll pick us off one by one and make us bend to their wills. And I see CARICOM recently week out at the OAS,
over Venezuela.
Over the Venezuela issue, they didn't hold one head. CARICOM will have to hold one head or else carry gone.
Carrigo, bring come.
Colin, hello? Hello, Colin, hello? Let me take this.
Hello?
Come, please.
Come on in.
Come to me.
Hello?
Hello. Come
Wake, you're sleeping.
I think
Come.
somebody's coming. Two people are coming on.
Hello, Colin, hello? Hello, Colin, hello?
How you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon, yes.
I heard the EU minister talk about 300 and something billion Guyana dollars and be pouring into the sugar industry
True.
in the early 2000s, right on.
Yes.
Now, I want the Guyanese people to know that the AP and United and PNC killed the sugar industry, the PPP who destroyed the sugar industry.
That's I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
Because that amount of money, over 300 billion. It's not Mr. Green just said it. Now the agriculture minister say that that word comes from the EU office. Over 300 billion. And this is why you see your station should you should have a recording to show that way up in the quarantine.
Yes.
You understand? So the things that Mr.
I don't get the permission to show it. I don't get the permission to do that.
Yeah, because if these people should understand that this man, over $300 million had been spent in the early 2000s, right on, they supporters, the sugar cane workers, them should ask the question, ask Komal Chan, and all of those people fighting and bringing destruction and segregation, what they do with the money. And the other thing too, Mr. Sharma, right at the corner, Regent and Cumming Street.
Yes.
You know when I pass you, and I see these people lie down under the
Oh no, I always talk about that. I always talk about that.
You know, I want to know if it's all time something come back again, because these people, if they see the amount of garbage pallet, this madrasa kind of thing, you know, you visit there and show it, and I believe Rice King and all of these people will get a eye opener. No, the amount these people multiply. You understand? I think they do something, but I want them to see.
So you might want to rent out.
Okay, caller, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right.
And you brought a good point there.
Very good, very good point. Ma'am, what is some of your problem? You mind? I understand you problem with light bill. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mrs. Sharma, I'm living 1849 on the name Parfait Phase 2.
Yeah.
Now I put in for meter last year, February at GPL. I paid around about 20 to 21,000. When I got a meter, I was at work when they placed the meter on the house. When I go over there, I go back to them and I say, man, this meter is a TV meter.
What is a TV meter? You understand?
Because it's an old meter. It's a news meter.
How you know it's a TV meter?
Because it's news and it's damaged.
But how you know it's a TV meter?
Because it got in numbers them that it used from other people building.
It does mean TV meter.
Right?
I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
So I go into them and I say, man, this is what I pay for. Now, after a year and 2 months, you come now and say to you come to look after the meter.
Yes.
When they check the meter, the third time when they come, they open the meter, boardness in the meter.
Don't worry about it. Make up.
Now they come the fourth time, they open the meter now. They say to I tamper in the meter. It wasn't so. Look, I got the thing here with the open the meter.
Don't just can't do that now.
Right?
You got on the program, live program, yes. Go ahead. Yes.
My thing is about, yesterday when I go home now, they say to
what they say?
I gotta get a new meter because
why? Why they gotta get a new meter?
The meter break inside.
Okay.
And I fed up the tormenting me steady.
How much is for the new meter?
The new meter they tell me is 20 to 21,000.
Matter of fact, matter of fact, you say the ceiling current. Now, why your last light bill? What last light bill you pay? The last light
bill I pay about 4,000 and something.
Yeah.
So that's reasonable?
It's reasonable, that's not bad.
Because
your last light bill.
The last light bill.
So what's the problem now?
What's the problem really?
Is the harassment that they're putting me through steady.
What kind of harassment that you get put in?
Because they're coming steady and checking the meter every time.
But you got a new meter now?
No.
It hasn't arrived yet, the new meter?
No.
You didn't pay for the 21,000?
Yeah, pay cash. And I ain't get nothing yet. It's the
old
meter, all the hazel.
Okay.
What date is it? What date is the receipt?
Who you pay the cash to? At the office?
I just paid Within Hoop GPL or I pay Main Street so because I work in on this side.
Okay.
So you pay the money to the office,
Okay.
not to people portion.
No, no.
Okay.
To the office itself.
Would you like to say anything else? Tell me what you'd like to say. Anything else? Tell me what you want to see.
I'm kindly asking the manager or whoever.
Who's ever in charge? Who's ever in charge?
So
Yes.
seeking to take.
Look into the matter.
What's your name?
My name is Tessa Gary.
Okay.
And what's your address?
1848 Parfait Army.
Yes, okay. Ma'am, please sit have a seat. Just have a seat and you back in this couple.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You gotta go.
Good day, gentlemen.
Yes, good day.
I have to raise a subject and put a subject in the public domain,
Yes.
which is very serious.
Yes.
Yesterday I went on a tour of London business.
Yes.
I'm going across the business.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
on a road called the 1 Mile business,
Yes.
which is over 20 years.
Yes.
And it is in immaculate condition. This is 20 years ago. I was told one drive, which also is in a good condition, but it's not a fawning because there are no outlets of water, and the water is jamming the road and seeping into the asphalt.
Okay.
Now, I did some checks with them this
Yeah.
morning. I was told that the basic of good road construction is the work done in the laboratory.
Yes, yes.
Road added is checked.
Yes,
the
yes,
gradient
yes,
And so on and so on.
yes.
Now, gentlemen, we
Yeah.
have been spending money and borrowing money to the IDG and the World Bank and so on
Okay.
over years, billions
Yeah,
of dollars to
yes,
build
yes,
roads.
yes.
And I can't understand
Yeah.
why roads are built and not lasting.
Okay.
After the one day, into the 1 Mile radio and road to letting start, I saw about 400 yards of road asphalted, which is full of potholes.
Yes.
I don't know how the people who drive learning in the bus
Okay.
work out in a bus.
Yes.
But they just go for abortion.
Okay.
Because chemicals-
Abortion road.
And we
Yes.
have to look at this
Yeah,
concerning
yeah.
the work that
Yeah,
was
yes,
being done
yes.
poverty to the subsoil
Yes, yes.
and subbase of roads.
Yeah, yes.
It's a street matter. We can't be able to
Okay.
build the guys with a chain and branching have to pay
Okay.
back and load.
Yes.
It's a street that
Okay,
and apparently there's no proper
Okay.
lab people in the world and this is the answer back.
Okay.
It's not about giving
Okay.
contract to people to show the guys are just supporting money. It's what building roads that build them properly. And the one is a road to admire. Why are
Yes,
roads built
yes.
in Turkey and they be created after 4 or 5
Okay.
months?
Okay. Carla, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Colony, hello?
Hello?
Yes? You're here.
Afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is the Sharma station?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling connection with Diamond News.
Yes?
Mr. Sharma, the road is very, very,
Yeah.
very bad.
Yeah.
Oh my, 11th Street,
Yeah.
the gutter and the road is one.
Yes.
When the rain falls.
Yes.
So I beg you to, if you could see what you could do for me.
What street is that?
11th Street,
11th Street?
yes.
Okay.
Diamond.
One time I
Diamond,
called,
okay.
but Diamond Bridge,
Okay.
so happy it's finished.
Call us sure I'm going to visit place that Monday's holiday. Monday's holiday.
Monday's holiday.
Carry come day.
Monday I'll come visit place. Monday I'll come visit place. Around 1 o'clock.
All right.
1 o'clock visit place Monday, right?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you very much.
Good, thanks very much.
Okay.
Sharma. Good.
Call your name. Please make another. Call your name. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, I have a complaint.
Yes.
Concerning GC and
Yeah. Yes.
the telephone is down since the 8th of this month.
Yes.
I call them and tell them now they can't come fix the telephone.
What they said to you? You didn't get a response from me? From them? Until now?
No, I didn't get no response from
Yeah.
them.
Since when? How long now? How long now you not going to respond?
This,
Oh.
this is 3 weeks now.
2 weeks. No.
3 weeks.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
calling them
okay,
steady
okay.
every week I'm calling them.
Okay.
You just keep telling me that they don't have nobody to come and answer those things. Where
Okay.
are we headed for?
Now we heading very good. We heading good. We don't know we.
I
Very-
don't know, I can't really say. They
Okay.
use the 3 days and come and fix the television.
It take me 3 weeks to fix my phone line. 4 weeks it came to fix my phone line. 4 weeks it take. I'll give it, get something, I'll give time for the people, right? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, School of the Nations
Yeah,
Girl
yeah.
is 2017.
Hold on a minute. Good afternoon, yes. Yes.
I want to ask you a program. I get 2 questions for this program.
What the question?
And sorry, Jaipal is not around.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I was there to Mr. Sankey when Mr. Jaipal come.
Yes.
I wondered why the people that Mr. Jack was telling the sugar workers that the sugar industry in crisis, and they had billions of dollars was being paid to them to pay off some of the workers what they didn't want to work. Now, they're supposed to be where is that money? Cow, as Mr. Comerton is running around with and telling that guys is in good hands.
Yes.
But where's the money? Now, they need to go and tell these same people that what they're encouraging to come out and bring their children to protest for that.
What?
People like those have children.
They're bringing their children to protest.
No, that's not right. That's not right at all. No.
Now, second question. I was listening to the private sector yesterday.
Yes.
And they're asking the private sector to come on board to support the hydropower. I think it's a good gesture. But what I'm saying, why the private sector is moving away from that? Because if you go to some country, they will be benefit on it. Because if they will have tax relief, come to compromise. If you bring in a machine, we get a tax relief. We do it some year. If you bring anything, let's give her back in tax relief. Sort amount of money whatever you pay $20 billion, $2 billion a year, I'll pay $1 billion and take $1 billion back to the company. It's gonna work. Everybody's gonna be hand in hand, and it's gonna keep you gonna start complaining that we are more expensive.
Thank you very much.
And they should have done that. I don't see why they're running from it. They got just to put that up. PDL.
Yes.
I'm on board with banks. They got that.
Yes.
Tulsi Prasad, and all of them, they are big infrastructure needed to
Okay.
to do it. I think that's why they think they should come together and stop make mama around about the place. Thing, but I like for you to let me say Jaipal.
Yes, I did ask Jaipal. Yes.
Very good.
Jaipal will be next half an hour from now.
He'll be here.
He could be half an hour from now.
Yes. Saskia Twahir topped the country.
Twahir.
With 524 marks. But here it is. It's a close thing because on 523 were Antonio Day, Gabriel Roberts, Clifton Bacchus, Zanio Shabila, and Amelia Sugrim. And then further down the line at 522 were Tristan Richards, Emily Lanchan, Jared Roberts, Raj Siran, Kripathani, Mohammed Bacchus, Tristan Passat, Tia Chung, Brandon Govaya.
Mostly girls, though.
Man, I tell you, our young people are really getting it on. In fact, they've done better in maths because the Ministry of Education did a really crucial intervention and it is paying off dividends. So I want to say big up to the Ministry of Education because you're doing the right thing. And it seems that, in fact, despite Rupert Rupner-Ryan's shifting across, we can see now his policies are now coming to bear. So Rupert, don't feel no way about it.
Good results. Good fruit.
Now Rupert Rupner-Ryan, he's gone across to the presidency, right? Ministry of the Presidency. That's a good thing. He's under Mr. Granger's arm right there. He's got his ear. And I think something good will come out of it, even though I think the WPA is trying to find reasons to get out of the coalition. Because
why you say that?
They feel they could become the third force.
No, they can't be third force.
No, they can't. And I see URP, United Republican Movement Party, with Vishnu Bandhu. He's trying to think too, but he can't make it. Right now, the coalition can only get stronger. They may have to change some parts and some members. Yeah, they will have to. Because there are some weak links there. But I can't see anybody beating the coalition in 2020. You better join the coalition because that's the way to go. In unity, there is strength. And right now, we need to strengthen ourselves. Now.
Colin, hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I would like to ask a question.
Yes?
I heard some rumor about the GCMC landline gun race, the rental.
I heard that too.
It was not a rumor. It was in the papers.
Yes, in the papers. Let me see what the papers got.
The local calls will go up, but the overseas calls will drop a little.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
From today.
You can make any comment on that?
I see it. I ain't seen it here yet.
No, it was in the previous paper, not today's paper. Long ago.
I think we need some more competition.
Colin, hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I want to say, no, we are not for the 524, the top student in...
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Oh, if you can, Mr. Sankey, recall, 542 was primary school qualification for prep or from farm 1 to farm 2. So there, look, we have the world of technology. We was 750 and 600 and something before you could touch college. It's not, no, I mean, it's a good thing, but with all the technology, children is supposed to be more grade up with that. The mark supposed to be at 50 before it create. Because you know when I used to go to school, in primary school, if we use that farm on to farm to speed, they got 5 and 4 of the week at over to our next class.
Ms. Sankey can answer this question, answer this question.
It's very low for a thing, but we supposed to have what, 750, if you can remember 750, used to go before you get Queen's College or some secondary school, Bishop, and so 5 for 24. It's not bad, but look at it, all the technology and all the internet we talking about, and we still got 5 days. And the private school do it.
Okay, Sankey, what's your response? What is your response? Okay, thank you very much.
Well, look at that in the years back, 20 when Bornham was around. Check back Bornham when we used to go to school.
Yes.
And it's about 524 was primary school and secondary school, marks of farm too. And now we're going to look at the same thing. It's Gambo.
Okay, call it. Thank you.
It's not a discrimination, but it's supposed to be more better with all the world of technology we have in our fingers.
Sankey, your response.
No, I think there's some improvement, definitely. As they said, Stabrook Jews remarked there's a sharp rise in math passes among improved results. The results are improving.
Yeah, but the standards have dropped so low that even though it's a sharp rise, it is still lower than where it used to be. That's what the guy is saying. That back in the day we were this high, then we dropped this low. So we come here now, but we didn't reach here yet. For example, in maths, you know, back in the day, mental was a strong point. We could calculate in our heads.
But I still can calculate.
Them children need calculator, need cell phone for calculate. The point is, standard English back then, you know, we were good at English. Now the children can't write proper English because cell phone again got them texting a different kind of English.
The changes can't come overnight.
What's that?
The improvements can't come overnight. Since this administration's been in power, it's not.
Yeah. We've stopped the rut, but now we've got to build back everything. You know, our educational system had been gutted because this concept of no child left behind had a system way of even passing down people. If you fail, it's still going forward. That has stopped. So right now we can rise again so that Guyana could become a leader in literacy. Back in the day, we had 98% literacy.
Call in here.
Mr. Sharma.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Sharma, I'd like to know when they could find a fit and proper REU for putting Borby. This man Morris, you see the corruption they have in Borby.
Yes.
And people vote for local government elections. I think they need a fit and proper person to put in his position.
Yeah. Who's this gentleman? Who's this?
Ovid Morrison. Ovid Morrison, Region 5.
Okay, Region 5.
Well, Ovid Morrison is a pit bull. I know he's a PNC pit bull. I think he was put there specifically to balance the situation up because the PPP got a chairman of the RDC that is doing his thing, and so REO Morrison is there to balance. But it's a fight. They're supposed to work together. They're supposed to unite and not fight. So probably there might be something in the kettle, in the pot that's bubbling, and I think it's bad personalities. We got to change the personalities that are involved in leadership in Region 5.
Call again here. Hello? Hello?
Good day.
Good day.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
Good day.
Yes, good day.
I have 2 matters to discuss.
Yes.
One, I am living in Georgetown, Harrison Street.
Yes.
And for years now, I have a breadfruit tree.
Yes.
Over into my yard.
Yes.
Every time I need, you know, some cleanliness, I have to be trimming this breadfruit tree. It's very, very fatiguing to sweep the yard and get the breadfruit tree. It's very, very annoying to me now.
Yes.
As the rain is falling now, it's over the leaves and so on. What's the city council doing about that? I went into them several times. My bill's up to date, and still I'm having that problem. I talked to the tenants, well, they live I talked to the landlord, who is also part of a city council somewhere on the east.
How about they said it?
Somewhere. And I'm still having this problem with the breadfruit tree. What do I do from here?
So I think I look at the matter all is possible, right? We can't do no anything right now at this time. We can't do anything right now and at this time.
Okay. Secondly, also GWI.
Yes.
I came home yesterday. I'm having this problem too for several years with GWI. My bill go up like to 180 something thousand. They put me on a plan. Now I'm paying on the plan, they said they disconnect me because I'm not up to date with the plan. I'm $20,000 or $10,000 short.
You have a
right?
business?
I went into them yesterday afternoon. The place was closed. Today is not a working day.
Okay.
And I have 2 water tanks, yes, but I want to know what, till Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay.
They said after 3 working hours, 3 working days.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
That.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we're talking about a better government and a better this and a better that.
Okay. So do you have a business?
You know?
Okay.
No. How is going to have a bill as big as 100,000? Huh?
Call up there. Just come, please. You just. What is your name again? Come.
Gary.
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 What you was complaining about? Saying light visitation. Tell me what your problem.
But
repeat back again.
Mrs. Sharma, I with this when I put in for the meter, I pay about $2,100.
So you had a problem with the meter? You had a problem with meter?
Meter right now.
Okay, yes.
And they always harassing me. So I even go in and I see the manager concerning this situation.
Yes.
So after they broke it, the meter, the 4th time, and I get a pin and so on, I take everything and I show her. She said, how they're going to look into the matter. It take a little while. Now they come yesterday and do the same thing. Now for 1 year, 6 months, is all the time I having a broken meter.
A tamper meter? They tamper with the meter?
Yeah, they tamper with the meter.
Who tamper with the meter?
The government.
Who the government?
The GPL workers.
GPL workers, okay.
So now at the back of the meter, it's carrying a slice. We say the break, according to the paper. Right? Now, it's going to take a long time again before they come again.
No, did you refer the matter to the authority?
Yeah, even going there. So this, what happened yesterday?
Yes.
The place I go today
okay.
for make a report, the place closed. I even go to Main Street, the place closed. Right?
Okay.
So, I come for you highlight it.
Okay,
because I interested in a new meter.
Right now we highlight this problem. Right now we're doing that.
Okay. And secondly, I'm kindly asking you about this water system. Is a I'm living in, and we don't have the back and front.
Okay.
All the place situated.
Okay.
Right? It's a O.
Okay.
We don't have a culvert.
Okay.
For the water let out when rain falls.
What area you talking about?
Phase 2 on the Neiman Parfait. Phase 2.
Phase 2.
Yeah, phase 2.
Yeah. Because when the rain in season, the whole place flood out.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much. Sure, we're going to get the matter, right?
Thank you.
You're going to visit there? Is that here?
Yes.
You're going to visit?
We're going to visit something Monday, Tuesday or Thursday.
Tuesday or Thursday.
Or Thursday,
Because I can do them till afternoon.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Sharma. Thank you.
Call it.
Harmony.
Hello?
Yeah, Mrs. Sharma.
Yes.
I have 2 complaints that will let you know.
Oh, no, I only got to take one complaint, only one I can take.
Now, listen to me. Listen to me, Rihi.
Yes.
I see the road signal people put up like 33 miles per hour. I know much about it. But since about that, this thing driving more hard. You got these Chinese people have a truck, big truck. If you see how they speed on this road, and that minibus is up here. They're really not doing it on this road up here. I would like you to see how you could get some light on that. One more shortly. We got a clinic up to Mary Hay.
Where?
You gotta go. I don't know how the system is what to what, but I know like from 7 to 4. But them nurses don't come till about around 8:30. Now you gotta go and sit down and wait till 9 time when they come, they gotta clean up and do this and what have you and whatsoever. Sometimes the doctor come before the nurse. Right? And this is the thing going on and on. It's not, I would like you to get a look into it.
Thank you very much.
Well, you too.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to replace some of this program every day. Replace some of this program.
Rebroadcast it?
Broadcast, I'm going to broadcast it again.
I think you should rebroadcast in the night, because a lot of people are out on the road during the day. So if you do a rebroadcast at night, a lot of the vendors and a lot of people who support you would get a chance to stay listening.
Thank you. What is your fee for replacing this program?
Night time.
In the night.
Yeah, 9 o'clock is prime time, but
prime. You can't go 9 o'clock. We gotta go after 8.
Yeah, okay. That's good. People are home. A lot more people are home. People who work during the day and are on the roads.
Yes.
And a lot of those people support you. But they're not getting your word because they're out on the road during the day.
Okay.
So taking a rebroadcast, doing a rebroadcast at night would be a good thing.
So if you have a radio signal, do a better job.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Before the year is out,
yes.
you're gonna get an improved radio signal. Yeah, I know that. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and we gotta keep mentioning it. We gotta keep mentioning it that you need an enlarged signal.
But there's a meeting of the coalition in July. I think the WPA has brought about.
So what happened to the so-called radio station coming up? What happened to that? So-called radio station.
This is the radio station?
So-called radio station.
The other radio stations?
Yes.
Well...
Call it so-called radio station.
Not local, so-called.
So-called.
Here what? Personally, I think let 100 flowers bloom. I personally don't mind variety. I don't mind competition. Because the bottom line is what you say to the people makes sense. They need to give you your chance to talk to the nation.
That's right.
You know, they're scared of you getting rich. But why should they?
Very scared.
Channel 28 got national reach. They got a radio station with national reach.
Anything got reach.
Right. Elections come around in 2020. They better give you national reach if they need your help.
That's right.
And you're part of the coalition, so they better wake up and smell the herb because you need to be empowered.
That's right.
Right now, as far as I'm concerned, you are more integral to the coalition than even Keith Scott's party, the WPA, and any other. Even the AFC, because right now I question their role right now in the coalition because personally I think they're in for a ride. They are getting a free ride on the backs of...
Why are you saying that?
AFC? Man, look, they've got agriculture ministry. That man needs help. He needs a junior minister in the Ministry of Agriculture. They need a Malik Jenna Rahman right there, right now, to be honest with you. Jenna, big up yourself. Yeah, you know, seriously. No, the AFC has also got the Cummingsburg Accord. And personally, if you ask me, they should go and read over their Cummingsburg Accord. They asked for a review of it. They should not review that accord. They should just become more diligent and apply themselves to the terms of the accord. Right now, if we had to go back to the people, to the polls for elections, you'll find that the AFC really cannot match up to what they promised. Same thing with the WPA. Right now is you saving the coalition, Justice for All Party. Because your son, Jai Paul, is a minister, and he's the most accessible minister. Look, for example, my brethren, Jalion Randolph, he had a problem with migrant status, right? They don't want to give him his duty-free exemption on his vehicles because they said he got to show them his green card. He got everything else but the green card left with immigration up there because that's why he come home, because immigration trying to give him a problem. I went to Jai Paul with my brethren 2 weeks ago. Jai Paul saw us in office and he right away he sent a letter to whoever it was. I don't know who he sent a letter to, but next thing we know, my brethren got a call or got a letter from the Ministry of Presidency and he had to take in his papers to Minister Harmon. And I think he's going to get some traction. I think he's going to get through. The point is, Jai Paul, when you see Jai Paul, he makes things happen. And that's a good sign for a minister. If the other ministers could follow Jai Paul's example, we got a far better government and a far better coalition.
What is your paper? What is your paper?
It's called Unite.
Unite.
Unite. And it says, a news magazine for national development and universal consciousness, One Love. It's free. The only thing in Guyana you could get for free...
What is some of the major story in this paper? The major story, give me the major story.
The last edition, which came out 2 weeks ago.
The major story.
Building of a diversified green economy to deliver the good life to all Guyanese. PPP skullduggery coming home to roost because they have no shame. The question we ask is, who really killed the Courtney Crummy Wing?
Next.
It takes two to tango. We're seeing the Public Service Commission and the private sector, the private sector commission, and some got to work in tandem with the government to bring a better life to Guyanese.
This is your paper, right? This is your paper.
What is the headline there?
What is the headline now?
Green light for ExxonMobil's US $4.4 billion investment in Guyana oil production. We talk about the newly renovated Alboyson Municipal Health Center. And there's this diaspora conference that's coming up in July 21st or 22nd or something like that. If the third GCOM list fails, what are we going to be doing? Oh, a new youth political party, United Movement Alliance. That's where it's at.
Yes.
The youths will have a swing vote in 2020. We better stay close to the youths.
Okay.
Between me and you, see how we great?
Okay.
Stay close to the youths. Yeah, really,
Next.
Oh, there's something called word on the street.
Yeah.
And I can't lash.
What is that word?
Word in the street.
That's like them say.
Yeah, them say,
Them why say, because it's time.
Yeah, let me hear.
Oh, what was
Let me
that?
hear the piece away. Yeah.
From word on the street.
Yes,
why
let me.
I
I want to hear that.
What is good for the
I
goose
want
is
to.
good
I
for
want
the
to.
gander.
Yes, I want to hear that. I want to hear
How
that.
come Soku and Pulling, the publisher of the Waterfall newspaper, has yet to investigate all them illegal activities he allegedly was involved in? How come the big one who get caught thief in Current at that mall that was opened on Regent Street a couple of years ago, and nothing didn't come out of it? I hear say that the transforming the place was one of GPL owned from Sapphire. In other words, they have people who play as if they're a saint and have moral uprightness, but they're as dirty as they come.
Complete article here. Yes.
The word on the street is that when thief see the brother man with long pocket, he does think them is thief too. Them have people who so self-righteous that them does wrap themselves up in a cloak of virtue, appear sanctimonious, and displaying themselves filled with moral uprightness, holier than God. And the other word on the street is why the Waterfall newspaper always going after some specific people it seems to have a grouse with or jealous of. Man, look, I think they should get a copy of Unite paper and read more.
You give somebody paper.
They could get a free copy.
Who paper is it? Who paper is it?
I publish it.
No.
I'm the editor.
Who the publisher?
Me
Who gives him you?
I, Rastafari.
But this, you represent
the help of the Almighty and the support.
No, you represent BK.
Of course, BK is supporting this paper. BK got deep pockets. BK gets a lot of contracts from the government, and he's doing a lot of good work. And he's a corporate citizen who gives back. And he sees the light. He knows that he got us team up with Roots and Culture and the Roots Man and support what we're doing. And I give him full marks for that because
BK is a good friend. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, and in fact, they can get a free copy of this paper if they come at your station and pick up a free copy. They can also get copies at Budget on Cherry Street at Tasty Dish on David Street.
Let me get the program right now.
And just look for Unite. Guys, one love.
Call you in here. Hello, call you in here. Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon, yes.
My concern with the people along the
the
common entrance. Now we know the calculation is 150 per subject. In other words, we break it down. They give you 6 questions. 25. If that child answer all 25, that is 150. So when you calculate by the 4, at least you come up with 600, and then you break it down, and you end up with 575, 572. But if that child gets, let's say, 22 marks for each subject, you get, let's say that child gets anything over 5. 5 or 5.
Hema, please come in. Hema, please come in. Please come on the program. Please must come. Must come on the program. I'm accepting
to recheck that those common entrance people. Maybe they got mixed up with the numbers. I can't say a child gets 524.
No,
something is wrong.
Please come on the program. Please come on this program. Please come in the program.
All right, but let me bring one more thing to you. This $300 billion.
Yes.
This money was given 2002. This money was placed in the Jagyo and the finance minister. And the CEO at Gaisuko. The CEO should go and leave now because that money went into Basington and that money went into a lot of construction companies.
How much money average?
That it went into Brazil.
Yes.
Man, but you don't want any call figure. The people might come your station and want to know.
Just an average.
There's a money that's missing. It is 168 billion unaccounted. Then GPL $65 billion by the former Minister of Home Affairs who's sitting in Parliament. That couldn't happen nowhere in the Caribbean. That's to go and leave. Once you dishonest, you lost your representation.
We get our figure from. We get it from. Where get this figure from?
Where do you get all these figures from?
Figures.
And I won't tell you, but I know my figures. But let us come down to Gaisuku. You know the money on the road now is 225.
Yes.
So I'm giving a figure now.
Yes.
225.
Yes.
If you want 3 million US, you had to find 675 million Guyana dollars to get 3 million.
I didn't know all of that. I never know that.
225 to what?
Other place will be paying 220. It is rough on the ordinary poor people. And this is why the UP said this is an internal.
Please come to my program. Please come to my program. Saturday coming.
Come on your program.
Yeah, come Saturday.
Running by trucks and not by industry and by
Okay. Let me talk to him. Time around with us. Forgive him. For he doesn't know what you're doing. Okay.
So it became bold.
Because some of the same people that fed up with the PPP, and some of them fed up with the new AFC government, and they would have to turn to you.
Yes, yes.
Because I know you personally.
Yes.
Keep it clean. I know you get some issue with Bart a long time ago.
Long time.
But time to bury the ashes and let it go forward.
Yeah, you have to be very objective.
Mr. Sal,
yes,
to ease, because what he is doing, remember, he is not a thief until convicted.
Exactly.
And if he continues to do that, the majority of the Indian supporters that follow you, even though some of them didn't vote for you, they're going to say, what? We got to left Mr. Sharma. And we don't want that. This is the time for you to step up. This is the time for you to step up.
Yes.
So you got to be sensitive with what the people saying on the program that is dealing with you.
You make a very good point you're making.
Have a blessed afternoon. Mr. Sankey,
good
up.
Good day.
Thank you. Mr. Sal, no disrespect, but I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah, we corrected Mr. Saul.
We're still bedroom.
We corrected Mr. Saul.
Cardi, hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon, yes.
Listen, these people on the Guyana people don't call and complaining to you. When they have to put you in power, right?
Yes.
They say to the put the X to the wrong place.
The wrong, that's why you say it's true. Exactly it's true, that what you said. Yes.
I have one CPL.
Yes.
That's giving blackout all the time.
Yes.
And
yes.
damage in the stuff.
Yes.
And
yes.
the consumer has nowhere to go to get it fixed back.
Okay.
So I don't know what is it that you could do for us to help us out.
So what do you think I can do? What do you think I can do? Just our party can do. What do you think I can do?
You could do more than you know.
What is it?
You could do more than you know.
Okay.
Really?
Yes.
That is the reason why people calling to you.
Yes.
It was me alone calling in to you, but then I would say that I have a problem, you can't do anything.
Okay.
Find out you could do.
Okay. I will do, yes, I will.
The people are saying you have influence.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Could you help us out, Mr. Sam?
Thank you, I'm going to do that.
I call a calling or you can say that.
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
I would like to speak to the Rasta brother.
Yes, let me hear what the Rasta brother say.
He made a statement just now and it's totally wrong. Yes, I would like to correct him a little bit.
Yes, go ahead, please.
He said Rasta is love. Yes, that is true. Love is all religion have love and unity.
Yes.
But that part that he said Rasta is God, that is out of context because Jesus Christ never smoked marijuana, neither cigarette. And he shouldn't use words like that.
Yes.
Secondly, I want to send this message on to Suku to press charges against and investigate the PPP party from Priya Manichan, I'm going to name it Robert Prasad, Ashni Singh, Anil Nandalal, Irfan Ali, Jennifer Westford or whatever she named, and the rest.
Yeah.
And Barajal, this is the head leader.
Yes.
These people need to go behind bars. What are Suku doing? It's unfair to us.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, and I want the next thing. Jadil, listening to him on TV is like when he run in this country, how he behaving. And he is fighting for a term.
Yes.
No way. Over my dead body. I won't vote for him, and I don't believe he's going to get that. And I don't want this term for president pass that he could get in back in there because he is the one who crippled us in this country.
That's right.
And he is the one who make you went in the lockup in feces, and I want him to go in that feces.
Yeah, that's same thing you got to do. Yes.
I want him to taste that feces that you go through.
Yes, that's true.
Right? Yeah. And he is the man who closed on your television station, moving from 12 to 6.
All that is true, yes.
He do a lot. I can't name all of them right now. John Public know what I'm talking about. Yes. The other day when I call in, one man called behind of me and say, oh, I am a racialist. I am not a racialist. I am fighting for my right. I am a Guyanese. Okay? And the next, one thing more we want to send out to President Granger.
Yes.
He is doing an excellent job. I like what he is doing. He's fighting for us. Yes. But the picture he sent out there is not nice. The Abdu party. I have, remember I say I'm not a racialist.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Abdu party, if you look at it, all the ministers is Negro. Why is it so? It's sending out a bad signal. I want President Granger to layer this.
Yes.
He needs to employ some of the Indians in the party. I mean, ministry. Sorry. So that it could balance. But when he have only Negro everywhere, Negro, contractor, they get in it. Because everything it's a bad signal.
Big K is
for the
still
next
there.
election.
Big K is still there.
Yes.
I mean, I'm neutral.
Yes.
Okay? I'm talking against Indian, I'm talking against Negro. It needs to balance.
Okay, you have a balance, yes.
But
I'm at least now the General
I'm calling
Secretary.
again on Suku to put these people behind bars. They are lying through their teeth, and we all know that they're thieves.
Because they were thief, yes.
And the next thing, Anil Nandalal think he is above the law. That he's talking on news which night gone that if Suku want to investigate Ashley Singh, they got to go to him first and then go to us. So he covering Ashley Singh. Again. And Anil Nandala think people stupid. A law book that costs $2 million he don't want to give up. And he broadly, openly talk it on the TV station. He can give them 15 books, law books like that. Tomorrow's the one. So, $2 million for one book, 15 would cost 30 million. Why would you throw away 30 million for 2 million? It means that this law book have more than what we think.
That's right.
More than what we think about. They got something covering up. Make he so deliberately want to give 15 and not don't want to give up that one.
You're a billionaire.
Why? Take a pit, Sankey. If Suku need to investigate that particular statement what Ashley said, Anil Nandalal made. Why would you want to hold on 2 million and throw away 15 million? Come on, come to your senses.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your time and my time.
Okay then. Well, we have the Minister Chapel will be in the program live coming on the program. We'll take some calls. Call you in here. Hello? Yes?
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon. Yes.
The caller before the caller just called.
Yes.
She talked too much.
Yes.
And she said that Jesus did not drink wine, but he gives a fight for wine. Thank you.
Okay.
Jesus did not smoke.
Drink rum, but he drink wine. You see, you can't say things like that.
Unless somebody has been convicted in the court of law.
Can't do things like that. Call you, hello?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes.
Mr. Sharma,
yes.
Mr. Jaipal,
yes.
Mr. Sir, Mr. Leon Sal,
yes.
and Mr. Sankey.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Happy Caricom Day to Guyana.
Thank you very much.
We all Guyanese once more because we live with Guyanese. We are Caricom people that live with love and
yes.
Mr. Sharma, doing a good job. I'm glad. I like the clip you showed back this morning.
Yeah.
About incident happened since 2003.
Yeah.
Now what we're saying, I don't have a problem with what happened before.
Yes.
I have a problem with the way the people think today.
Yes.
In our country.
Yes.
We too divided in our mindset. The reason why I'm saying this to you
is
that today, all over the country, people protesting. And me here, I individually shoot. Me here, we forcing a tear gas. Years ago, you know that you were tear gas. You show today that take control in a van.
That's right. Yes.
Right. And you represented the sugar workers.
Yes.
Now today, Jack, they go into rails.
Yes.
Whosoever, I'm going to tell the people them that afternoon 1 year, whosoever, have to close them down.
Yes.
What they do to you? What matter to do to you?
That's true, yes.
What another matter to do to you at Madame Metimirza when you come with the thing on your hand, you represent them?
Yes, that's true.
Who's the person to represent you? Nobody represent you?
Nobody in there represent
you. You represent them all the
time.
Good. What I'm saying, Mr. Sharma, keep up your good job. Mr. Jaipal, you're doing a wonderful job. I wish you a long life and success, and I hope that Guyanese, again, as I always say, I tell Mr. Sharma, Mr. Jaipal, I went to him, and he knows who's speaking. And I mean, you're doing a good job. I know the constraints you are going through, but you are got to stay strong. Remember, people don't like the truth. People like to be lawless, and because they like to be lawless, they always will be against what you're doing. Mr. Sharma, once more, bless Guyana, and happy Kalakam Day to each and every one of you.
Thank you very much. Well said. Colin, hello? Hello?
Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
You forget when we went to that meeting, Carbon Development Bank.
Yes.
The bank, when Mr. Bowen addressed us and the World Bank.
Yeah.
750 million US.
Yeah.
And 680 million. They're lending money to Denny Sankar Region 2. The Republic Bank sees everything.
I was here to speak.
So there's a lot of money. Yes. This money comes for urban development and city defense and roads and develop hospitals and
He said he was coming to the program. Please come on the program. Please come on the program. Please don't let me talk to you too long.
All right.
Yes.
Coruscant was the minister. He didn't turn up. So, oh God, they spent a lot of money because it's mismanagement.
Okay then. Thank you very much.
CEO at Gaituku must go and leave. This is no family and family.
Okay.
Must go and leave immediately for investigation.
Thank you very much. Call in here on the ear. Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I speak to Jaipal?
Yes. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Jaipal?
Yes.
Yes.
When I could get with you, because I need for you to do something for me then.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday, where?
At the office.
I don't know where the office is.
Ministry of Finance, Main Street, Main and Accord Street.
Yeah, because
yes.
I'm a senior citizen. There's my problem there. Okay. And I had I bought a bus.
Okay, well, check me out here Tuesday at 9.
All right, good, because I don't want to say what I want to say.
Okay.
That's why I said I want to talk with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Call in here. Hello? Hello?
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to your son and Mr. Shankian and Rastafari.
Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Rasta Blam Blam. This is the bye. Yeah, I want to say, right now, the APNU and EFC doing a good job. They're doing a good job, and we're getting a better country, and we, years to come, the children will come better, and everything will be better. So just keep up the good work.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Call in here. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yeah, what I have to say, right?
Yes.
The Rastaman just to talk something concerning Rastas God.
Yeah.
Can I get a word with you, please?
You can't talk here now, and we live on here now. Talk some other time. Okay. Call it on the hello?
But Anin Nalal wrote in the papers.
Oh, yes.
He said, who made the administrative decision for out-of-town ministers at $500,000 per month? Right? But and he mentioned some names of past PPP ministers who rented, but he didn't mention one who, I wouldn't call the name, but somebody said during, an informed source said during the time of President Jack Dio, that person rented property on East Bank.
Yes.
And it was highlighted by the Auditor General that the rent was something like $800,000 per month.
Shabali, can you shed some light on that?
You won't be able to check it out.
Well, the PPP, they have a record of paying rents. People have to understand that with this administration, when we came in, we put every single allowance of a minister under one umbrella, and that umbrella is the Parliament office. What the PPP did is that they share that payment of allowances in many ministries. So the chauffeur allowances will be coming from Parliament office. The maid and gardeners and so on used to come from Agriculture Office of the President, and they used to pay the electricity and telephone from the office, the personal office, things like that. What we did, we consolidated it. So as what Mrs. Sankey said there about a former minister renting a place, that's the former minister of the PPP administration under Jagdeo, renting a place for $880,000 per month. That was the office of the president paying that rent. And so we're going to have to ask Nandlal who gave authority for that to pay. So it's this back and forth thing. And so Parliament office now is responsible for the allowances, and this money of $500,000 not going into the minister pocket. It's different from the allowance. I live in my own home, and I'm receiving $25,000 as an allowance. And so that is part of my salary. So this $500,000 not going to Minister Brooms or Minister Valerie Patterson, it's going to the landlord. And so it's part of it. People may see it as business in terms of they see it as slow down in the economy. Here is a supporter of the PPP, which is what Peter Ramsrud getting $500,000 a month. He didn't say nothing when he was getting it, but he wanted to abuse the system. He wanted to now claim some 3 months rent because he wasn't given adequate notice and something like that. You know, so that is what the court matter is about.
But
the belief is out there how the peddling this information is like each minister is get a $500,000 in a pay package.
Colin here. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes.
What I think this government should be doing at this moment, I think our national government should be having in our schools, they should have teachers in the morning before they attend their classes, have a counseling session between teachers.
Okay. Why?
I also think that they should have a counseling meeting for students every morning in school. I also think they should have counseling at Georgetown Hospital for our teachers, for our nurses, and each session that they go to work. I also think, secondly, now, in this country, at this moment, you're talking about democracy in this country, and democracy has gone and democracy has come or whatever. When this country got democracy, it is when the PNC came into office. There was no democracy under colonialism. There was no democracy under indentured servants. There was no democracy under slavery. So when the People's Nationals came into power, that's when democracy came to this country. Secondly, the WPA, they were built on stupidity, and they are continuing on their stupidity. If Mr. Hines do not change his stupid ways, the party will remain stupid, just as it was with Dr. Walter Radney. They need to reaffirm themselves, put themselves in line along with the national government, and work along for the benefit and upliftment of Guyana, and should not behave the way how Mr. Hines is behaving. We are in a government that is well organized, and things I think goes on well organized in that government. Mr. Hines should not be putting all kind of stupidness in the media, that government is separating themselves from the WPA and the WPD. They should never try to stop this coalition. This is an excellent coalition, and it's working. Thank you very much for your moment, and time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Call you in here. Hello. Yes.
Well, I just want to bring to the people's attention that the Meadowbrook Torrance Drive PNCR Group, in association with Bornholm Education Scholarship Trust, is having a grand takeaway lunch and lime today at Alan Monroe's residence at 15 Torrance Drive, Durban Park, Durban Backlands, opposite National Culture Center. The barbecue is being served from 12 noon. Fully stocked bag of finger foods on sale. Tickets $1,000. I got one. The guy supporting that. Please support it because it's a good cause. The Bornholm Education Scholarship Trust.
Colin, hello. Colin, hello. Colin, hello. Hello, Colin, hello. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yes.
No, I would like to Mr. Saul.
Yes.
Marijuana is
Could you speak a little louder? I can hear you.
When marijuana is legalized,
yes,
would it be acceptable for our young people to be taking a sniff?
I can't say anything about that right now,
No,
at this time.
Because
Yeah.
I heard him mention that a few young men have been picked up or something like that for smoking marijuana. Now, it is widely known, and we have accepted what the scientists have said to us, that marijuana is one of the drugs that has a serious effect on the nervous system, right? So we have to be careful what steps we are taking in relation
that's
to
good, that's right.
anything. Now, the gentleman who called and said that the persons, teachers, nurses, and so on, need to be spoken to before they commence their task, he's quite right. One has to be in those settings to know the kinds of things that can happen. So he is in order. Some sort of counseling is very necessary.
Thank you very much.
Oh, but Mr. Sharma?
Yes.
One other thing I want to say.
Yes.
I am calling on the powers that be to please grant Channel 6 the necessary permission, license, whatever it's called, so that the signal can be extended and other Guyanese can get a chance to participate or listen, because through this program, it's not just complaint. Often here and there you might hear good suggestions. And if you can reach the persons in the outlying areas that are not getting the benefit of your services right now, then it will be to the benefit of those in charge. So I would like to ask the government, have no fear, because I think it would be for the positive.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well said.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Yes.
You'll be able to extend your signals.
Colin, hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Shah.
Yes.
I want to talk to Jaipal. Mr. Jaipal, I talked to you one time already.
Yes.
About 2 or 3 seconds.
Yes.
About this CIA, this you want to black up it. What guy was did right by Swami. And they said that if you get time, you can come. I kindly ask you if you can come this rain will fall, step out right now. This water, I really get from the y'all in the cupboard.
This was going last week, but we had time. We had rain was falling too much.
No, I'm not talking. Normally the cupboard the road water. And the water not get to go on the road of bill. What I'm saying, all the trench got a high culvert. These are the only trench. That was a state of CI.
Why?
Small estate.
Why?
So the build the culvert low. And if you come and show a guy what you're there, you will tell me back. All the working thing all gone in front of anything.
Thank you very much. We're going to look into the matter, right? We'll look into the matter. Call you. Hello? Yes, you're here.
The extension of the TV.
What are you saying?
We know extension people. We know what I say extension. I don't know what you're talking about. Call you. Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Sharma, good evening.
Good evening.
And to you and your panel.
Yes.
Good afternoon. You are doing a very good job, and please keep it up.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's all of my comments.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Colin, you're here. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My friend, my good friend, my very good friend.
And Ross Leon.
Yes.
And my good old UG friend.
Yes.
And
Zaggy,
the gentleman who I always refer to as my statesman.
Yes.
He knows himself.
Yes.
That's your son.
Yes.
Now, we have got to be very careful, as the people said.
Yes.
Because I know people on your program now, using your program, okay, good, it's nice for publicity.
Yeah, that's right,
But we've got to be very careful.
I know, I realize that, I recognize that.
We've got to be careful, because remember where we started from, and I've got a right to say, we don't mind, you left me out there 25th.
Yes.
Me and Uncle Freddie, you mentioned the name of John.
Yes.
Good, right.
Yeah, Freddie was a good friend of me. Very good friend, very good friend.
Remember when we started? Good.
Yes.
So therefore, there are some people, I'm talking some callers, who reminds me of a fair line that was written into Jerusalem by Jesus.
Yes.
They behave just like that.
Yes.
You get me?
Yes.
Good. I ain't calling no wrong name, no bad,
nothing.
That's right. What I want you to do is to continue writing and writing and writing right till your fingers get sore for your channels and what have you, because Channel 12 is the channel that we started and we are accustomed.
That's right. You know what that is.
Good? Okay, Channel, right? And a very good afternoon again to all you gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations for the remodeled and improvement in our education system. Congratulations to all of us because this station played a good part in that too.
That's right.
Okay? Thank you very much. Have a very pleasant curriculum.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very, very good friend of mine.
We're sorry. This number.
How do you need? Jaipal, what do you like to say?
Well, see, this morning I attended the rally where we celebrated International Cooperative Day or International Day of Cooperatives. And so I gave the feature presentation and I mentioned the importance of cooperative society to the development of Guyana. I related to Eliphas Barnum being the individual that pushed for a cooperative society to develop in Guyana. He put the necessary framework in the system to ensure it will work, and it did work for quite a time until persons became selfish and they wanted to help themselves, and it caused it to be defunct, and then it was further attacked by the then opposition, the then opposition now, and the government that took over then, the PPC. And so it didn't work because of all these challenges. And so I'm saying as a minister that we support the cooperative society movement. We want to see it revitalized and it grow in numbers. Why I'm saying this? Because the most developed country in the world have cooperative society, and leading those are France. And the UK have a very vibrant co-op society. Matter of fact, they have 7,000 such cooperative society in the UK that have 17 million members, and that contribute toward £2 billion to the economy of Britain. So this is what we're saying. So Eliphas Barnum saw that, and he know that since when he promoted it in the 70s, when he decided that on Republic Day, he going to rename Guyana the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And he had the idea, the reason why he wanted to do it. At that same time, the Guyana Cooperative Bank, Guyana National Cooperative Bank, I think commenced. That bank started out of the cooperative unions who put and pulled the money and put it in that bank. And so that is how massive it was. Barnum ensured that it was compulsory that schools, students, every school student must contribute to the thrift society. And so it was very vibrant in those days. And so it's important that we revitalize. What the message I give to the cooperators is that they must dream big.
Yes.
If the world richest countries could depend on cooperative society to contribute to the GDP, why Guyana must be any different? And when you had a president, you had a prime minister, and then an executive president, Eliphas Barnum was promoting this. And then the PPP saw reasons why they should not operate. Yes. So cooperative could exist in every stratus, any society, and in any area. You think about it.
Yes.
You could look after health, look after insurance, you could look after housing, you could look after sanitation, you could look after energy, supplying power, electricity, whatever you want. You just think big.
Yes.
Okay? So we have, as I said, the 300 top countries around the world, headed by France, being the #1 co-op society in France. which raking in about 100 billion turnover. 100 billion turnover in a year. You could imagine the strength of that. So, and among those countries, France, Japan, Germany, US, Canada, you know. So if these powerful countries, the G8 and the G30 countries, could say we're promoting cooperative society in our country, why the PPP decide to turn it to ruins? Because they linked it to Barnum.
But I was on the board too. When I was at UG, I was sent on to be on the board of the co-op. Desmond Trotman was there, General Ahmed brother, Malcolm, the guy who was from the. And we saw, we tried our best, you know. The fishermen's co-op was flourishing at the time, but I think they suffered consequently with piracy and so on. That led to the demise and so on. But it has been neglected. You're quite right. They were being neglected. But we were on the board of the National Cooperative Union, right, at that time.
So what I'm saying, I want to see cooperatives start back in this country, and to start pooling resources. Your foreparents started it during the period of emancipation, and so in 1839 they went and bought lands, cotton field estates that was given up by the white planters. And how they did it? They pooled the resources together. Pennies, they pooled in pennies, and they push it in wheelbarrows to Georgetown to put it in a bank to go and purchase that village that we know as Victoria today. 83 ex-slaves pooled the money to purchase that village that you know as Victoria today. And so we even started out the process of co-op, even not knowing that we was doing it, when in 1844, it was given the accreditation that it was established in England. Okay, so in 1844, a group of people working in the cotton mill decide that they're going to pool the resources to what? What they're going to pool the resources? To provide food. Why is in Guyana our ex-day was buying land?
That's the time of Robert Owen.
Right? So, see, we were even greater than them. They was buying food, we buying land. You know, so that is the vision. But of course, they didn't know about what they were doing or the purpose they was doing it, but it was a cooperative society that was actually creating. And from that movement, from the ex-slave, purchasing that land on the 2nd of November, 1839, what they started is a drive, what they refer to as communal land ownership, because the land was owned by many persons. And so, and believe it or not, between 1838 to 1849, the ex-slaves purchased about 38 such estates. And they had challenges, because in that period, when they had that movement, the village movement, the planters saw it as threat. So when they purchased the land that you know as Victoria now, when they purchased that, guess what? The planters started to increase the cost of the land. So it would make it difficult for them to accumulate the money. In addition to increasing the cost of the land, you know what they did? They dropped the people's salary. Because remember, you had to pay them apprenticeship, and now they're free, so you have to pay them. So they said, we can't pay you, we dropped the salary. So it was even more difficult. With all those challenges, the people, the ex-slaves, our ancestors, accumulated enough money to buy out those lands. And so what I'm saying, cooperatives is the way to go. The British brought it in Guyana in 1945, introduced it, and they passed the Act 12 of 1948, in May of 1948. And thereafter, it started out, but it was not vibrant until the Prime Minister L.F.S. Barnum and his Republican status for Guyana in 1970, 23rd of February 1970, promote and push the cooperative movement. And so we need to see that back in Guyana, because I personally see it as a way of creating employment for the young people.
And I think the Minister's social cohesion should be very closely involved too with that. because cooperatives is
that's right. Yes.
Work together.
Yes. Work together. That's right. Got in here. We got 20 minutes more to go in here. 20 minutes more. Got in here. Yes.
But some people buying land, and some people when they got land, they're selling out the land. And you check who buy most of the land, and all the people had land. But once that people sell out the land, you look at the history in this country. You don't know nothing about the history in this country. A lot of people had land, and they sell it out, and plenty land too.
Carla, if apparently you didn't hear what I said. I said people get greedy. That is why it partially collapsed, because the co-op society is citizen, it's people. These people are ordinary people. They put a set of people in a committee to manage it. The people in the committee believe they're smart, and they sold out the people land. So what I'm saying, we have skill sets out there. We have UD churning out about 2,000 graduates every year. We could reactivate the Kurukuru co-op society, the college there, and so we could generate and train more people about cooperatives. And so what you're saying there was because that the previous administration allowed that to happen. Why people were selling out co-op land without the chief co-op officer taking action? And so that is what you need to ask yourself. So don't blame the people. The people saw the opportunity and they took it.
Corey, hello?
Yes, I both.
Yes.
You think that you raised that issue, but the question to you is this. Why is it that your minister, the senior minister, Mr. Jordan, is pussyfooting on the question of setting up the Agricultural Industrial Bank, which was quite rightly set up by LFS Burnham? And he and the Minister of Agriculture have jointly agreed not to go ahead setting up the Agricultural Bank, which would have empowered that same section of people who have left out in this country during the PVP time, that is people of African descent. That bank was set up, and Burnham created the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, as you quite rightly said. But who is killing it? The PPP killed it. We have to resurrect it, but you have two important ministers, your Minister of Finance and the Minister of Agriculture, who are adding injury to the destruction of the co-op movement and not setting up the Agricultural Industrial Bank, which will add to the manifesto of this government, which is the handing out of lands to people, forming new co-ops and making sure they function. So you got the responsibility in your ministry to ensure that Mr. Jordan do what he's supposed to do. He told me that he had a feasibility study a year and a half ago. I raised this with you, done by CARICOM Bank. Where is the report? You know why he doesn't want to release the report? Because the report will prove to him conclusively that there is a need to set up the co-op bank, the agricultural bank. Burnham was much more foresight than these guys. And the fact that they want to praise Burnham on one hand, and on the other hand, they're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Oh. Leon, I'm glad you took up that point about the sugar, about the right farmers. But the point is, about this selling of rice to Mexico, Mayor Holder is not telling the country what's the price that he's selling the people's rice for. He's selling our rice at cheap prices. And then he's trying to say that we're filling the market, the Venezuelan market. And I'm trying to encourage the farmers to plant I don't know what kind of rice you want them to plant. The other advisor to Mr. Nadamutu says on Facebook, people have to reduce the cost of producing rice. He's talking nonsense. The farmers cannot reduce the cost of production. The government has to subsidize fertilizer, weedicide, insecticide, and anything to do with agriculture, spare parts for the tractor and combines and so on. That is how they will reduce the cost of production. I have said this many, many times, Mr. Sharma. Oh. And they're not listening to the people. They're not listening to people.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Call you on the air. Hello? Hello?
A pleasant and a blessed good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Honorable Minister, good afternoon.
Yes.
And thank you for your special time in spending almost every Saturday with us. We do appreciate that. And I must thank you for raising the cooperative issue. I had totally forgotten we used to have those little yellow books at school where every morning you go and put a 5 cents every Monday morning or 10 cents. I think that is a good way in teaching the young people that they can save.
Yes, right.
Whenever you finish, if you put 1 penny at the end of 1 year, you will have so many more pennies. And September 2017, I think, is a very good time to start it. I don't know if the Honorable Minister of Education, if she's listening, but that is one way in teaching from a very young age that time of saving. You must always put something aside. Thank you very much and enjoy your day.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, so the comments by Rahman Ikala, I think was Rahman.
Yes, yes.
His suggestion is correct, and that we need that level of development. But as I said, co-ops need to think big. And here's an opportunity for ordinary people to form a cooperative development bank. So you, the people, could lend money to your fellow Guyanese and have a return, and you could give them at a lower rate than a commercial bank. One of the failure of the co-op was because the cooperative unions, the credit unions, was non-functional and inactive, and because of the issues with Guy Bank and GNCB, Guyana National Cooperative Bank, person had to gravitate to the commercial bank for agricultural loan and paying very high interest rates. And that also contributed to the destruction of the co-op. So here, the cooperators who have money in their bank accounts sitting there, and there's a lot of liquidity in Guyana. Mean the commercial bank have your money, sitting there giving you 1%. Here you 1%. You could farm yourself in a co-op, and you could now lend that money to farmers, and if you charge 10%, they will be able to take it from you. But you have to put systems in place to, of course, monitor those things. So you may put, say, you put a 10 million in this co-op, just say that. But you complain to me that you have two graduate children, maybe a son or daughter, 2 sons or 2 daughters, I don't know. I'm just saying. And you can't find jobs for them. Your 2 children now could be a member of that co-op movement, and so they get employment, and you get returns. So it benefit your children, it benefit you. You having a greater interest, more than the commercial bank giving you. Your son, your daughter, your children have employment. Think about it.
Colony, hello?
Yeah, Mr. Sharma, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Why you can't get Ajay work while you working?
Who's Ajay?
Who's Ajay?
Your cousin.
Well, you see, good. That's the reason I asked him who's Ajay. So this person I give my cousin a job. I don't operate like that.
That would be nepotism.
Right. That's right. So this is not the previous government you're speaking of. If you want a job, you have to apply. And you have to go through the Public Service Commission. Not minister. I'm not a minister going to say, I'm going to hire my sister, my brother, my uncle, my auntie. I can't do that.
VAT collection has gone down.
Colony. Okay,
the issue is reported in the media that VAT went down 1.8 billion January to May, and income tax went down by 1.2 billion. That's a lot of money. That's within a 5 months period. Our projection for these 2 areas went down to about $3 billion, 3 billion Guyana dollars. This is against the backdrop of the previous government, now in opposition, having the people protesting that we must remove the VAT on private tuition. So if we had done that, what would be the situation? So, however, maybe there's some reasons why the collection is that low, and I would say maybe because we actually started collecting the VAT, the 14% in this case, in February instead of January, because we had to make some amendments. So we're 1 month late. So that could contribute to that. And so when we actually see the final figure come June, with June mid-year report, we could say something better in terms of our collection rate. So that may be a contributing factor. The next contributing factor is the fact that people complaining how the VAT and water killing them, but they never pay no VAT and water. It's like people saying to the commuters here, I got to increase the fare because the government say we got to buy new tires.
Some businesses don't give receipts.
Since 2016, the government put in the budget, got to buy new tires. The new tires only implemented last month, right? So they was using, it's like you tell somebody the sick, they believe the sick. You tell somebody, here, you paying VAT and water, it's, oh gosh, the VAT killing me, the VAT and water killing me. It didn't impact them yet. And so this is the kind of negative effects that when you don't think it out, it happens in the country. So we lose out 3 billion, and we lose out 3 billion because we reduce the VAT 2 percentage points, 2 points,
many stores
16 to 14.
Don't give receipts.
That is also a next thing. So GRE have to police the system. So we suffering 3 billion, but because of the good works of GRE, they managed to collect 4.3 billion, 4.8 billion from outstanding monies, and that gave us the buffer. So we're not in the red. We actually have a positive surplus.
We have 8 minutes more to go than here live. Hello, we take some more calls, yes. Caller, hello? Hello? You're here? Hello?
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharma.
Good afternoon, yes.
And to Honorable Minister of Finance.
Yes.
I want Mr. Minister, government don't do nothing to lose. So I don't know how he say the government lose so much money on VAT and tax. Government don't do nothing for losing this country. Government just pressuring the poorer class of people. Thank you.
Well, a lot of people have a misconception about government and the money. Government money doesn't come from the government minister's pocket. It comes from the people pocket. It's like a larger model of a co-op society. So government operates like a co-op. You pool in your money, and the government borrow. Now co-op society could borrow just like government borrow. So our budget of 250 billion have a deficit of 38 billion. So we not collecting 3 billion, increase that deficit. So if you have a projection, government spending is basically what they project that they're going to rake in, so they're spending back. And so think about that. So we have a shortfall of 3 billion already.
Colony, hello?
In addition to the 38 billion deficit.
Hello, Colony, hello?
Yes, Mr. Sharma.
Yes.
That's why I was telling the government not to reduce the VAT. People are already paying it. But after they use it for certain development work, they need to return the money to the people. That is why I told them no, because I know that the people who are paying 2% is a lot for the government, but 14% is also a lot for the people. But there's no sense, they don't paying it already from since 2007. So using it to assist the people, like even farming the same agri-bank and the co-op bank and these kind of things is necessary where the people can get low loans and get back the money and able to turn over the money, because we got to move as a country. No individual private sector can do nothing for this country. This country can move as a country to be able to produce so much of these goods and that goods, and that's why the co-op movement is the best thing that ever happened to this country. And just like you said, the rich country is using it, right? So I didn't think that you should reduce the 2%, because there's much difference for the individual people. But I know collectively, right? Because the people getting that all the time to use, only they use it wrongfully.
But
anyway, thanks a lot.
Don't focus on the 1.8 million we lose from the VAT. Focus also on the 1.2 billion we lose from income tax, PAYE. $1.2 billion from January to May went in the pockets of the workers. And so the workers had greater disposable income. What they did with the money? What, they're saving it or they spend it? So how could you have a slowdown in the economy? Because government automatically, that loss in the collection is actually a reflection of what went in the pockets of our people. because of our restructured taxation system.
One more question, Mr. Minister. The EU, can you give up, they spent a lot of money on Gaisuku, and now they will, can you remember the exact figure that they said they spent? I think so. Called in before and gave them a figure.
Okay, when the EU decided that they're going to remove the preference, price, and conditionality from Guyana, Gaisuku, they decide that they're going to put us in a position that going to give us a cushion. So price of sugar would have cut by 36%. And so they gave us this money here to cushion the effects of that fallout. However, that money was given in the form of budget support. It means the government had to, the then government had to spend it first, and then when the EU see they spend the money and they reach certain targets, then they would give back the government the money, which would go back into the consult fund. Okay? So that additional money, after government spent it and it came back, it never went back to Gaisuku, went back into the budget because you first took the money from the budget to spend. What happened, I looked at it, and what happened because of the poor management and oversight by government, poor management by Gaisuku and oversight by the government, government then, that over the period of that money, free money, going to Gaisuku, because Gaisuku did not fulfill certain commitment, they lose out from billions of dollars. Ooh. And so I'm going to make that information public, because I have to make that information public to the Economic Service Committee, because I was surprised the Economic Service Committee being chaired by a foreign minister, Irfan Ali. He was asking me about that particular matter that is before you. And I was surprised he was asking me because he was sitting in the Ministry of Finance. Yeah. And so that is what is being circulated here. But I didn't make it public, but I could make that public by giving a release to the
Thank you. Your closing remarks.
Well, see, we seem to have the Ghana-Cuba relationship is moving from strength to strength. Besides having a lot of Cubans coming to shop here, as I said, probably they don't. When they go into those shops in Regent Street, they don't give them any bills.
No bills, no bill receipt.
But besides that, the rice industry seems to be on the move because the direct flight. They talk about direct flights with Cuba all the time. They've had some flights already with but I think that flight was stopped because of some problems. But I think Fly Jamaica is interested, and there's also an Aruban airline or a Dutch airline who's also interested in it as well. But besides that, what is most welcome is that the Chief Executive Office of the Burmese-based Nan Prasad and Company confirmed that officials had visited Cuba and progress has been made towards the commencement of shipping of consignments of rice to Cuba. So it looks like that market is there. And then we see that the paddy, shipments of paddy, 4 shipments of paddy is leaving for Mexico. So it seems to be some progress for the rice farmers.
Rian, your closing remarks, please.
Well, the poor people of Guyana still need a lot of help. But I think in the final analysis, they got to help themselves. They got to create self-help brigades. And in your communities, work together in groups to better your situation, because the government can't do everything. There are also corrupt lawyers and corrupt loan sharks who are still fleecing the people. You got to be on your guard. They're coming after your property, so make sure you know what you're signing, what you're really wheeling and dealing with. They are very corrupt loan sharks and lawyers out there. But in the final analysis, CARICOM is this weekend, the CARICOM Day. And whether we like it or not, CARICOM is a good thing. And I think CARICOM will become stronger. The last 6 months of President Granger's chairmanship of CARICOM saw a lot of good things happening, especially the fact that we're taking the lead now in making sure that refugees from the Caribbean are given shelter in Guyana, like with the Haitians. Yes, a very good thing. We've got the land, we've got resources. We just need more people here. Overall, Guyanese have got to take their destiny in their own hands in order to unleash our potentials. We are very fortunate people with a very blessed land, and we got to stop complaining, put our shoulders to the wheel, and get it on. Get jiggy with it. There's our country to build, and we got to do it ourselves. Stop complaining. Let's work together, and let's build this country called Guyana. One love. Unite. Remember, come out next week.
Okay. Minister, your closing remarks.
A caller and mentioned about the Nanlal issue and the 14 law reports. It's 14 law reports. There was 15. It's 14 is unaccounted for. And so it's not each book costs $2 million. The entire package is $2 odd million. So just to clarify that.
Yes.
And so what is strange is that why don't you give back the book? Why don't you give back the book? Why you want to purchase books, new books from outside to give us? So it gave me the impression if you have the books in the first place, did you collect the books or you put the money in your pocket? So we need to know. So when Sukyu probably went to search his place with the search warrant, the magistrate make it an open court thing. And that is say it's questionable now if it should be behind closed doors. They alerted him. And so Suku really wanted to know if he have the books or not. Because he making these statements, I'm willing to buy the book for you tomorrow. So why you don't give me the book you have? It's only 40 to give. So is the matter of the principle of it. It's not the amount. The government have a problem with the amount. The book came for your law library and not for you personally. So put it back there. And so give back the state the thing and finish his story. But he want to save face. He want to prove he's right. And government want to be a principal government, just like President, His Excellency President is principal in terms of the selection of a chairperson for GCOM. The Constitution say, I want a judge, a former judge, or person qualified to be a judge. So you can't mix up a set of names and give to the president, because if you give the president 5 names and all of them are judges, sitting judges, or one of them is a taxi driver, you telling the president don't have 6 names, he have basically 5, and the Constitution says he must have 6 that is non-acceptable to him. So it means he must be comfortable with all 6.